We've all seen those dramatic scenes where a character gets up in front of a group, cue cards at the ready, and starts nervously delivering their prepared remarks. Then they pause, they smirk, they rip those cue cards in half and say, you know what, I'm just going to speak from the heart. They then go on to deliver an eloquent, perfectly timed, moving yet funny monologue that brings the entire audience to their feet in an enthusiastic standing ovation. We see this over and over again. The idea that preparation equals fake, spontaneity equals authentic, and the power of your convictions will magically give you oratory skills that you never had before. And I am here to call bullshit on all of those ideas. Yes, prepared messaging can be a way to avoid being transparent about your real thoughts and intentions. The obvious example of this is a politician parroting scripted talking points rather than engaging meaningfully with questions. But it doesn't have to be fake. In fact, preparation can be a way to express more accurately what you really mean. How many times have you blurted something out and then immediately thought, oh no, that sounded bad. That was not what I meant. I know it's not just me. The thing about communication is it seems very simple, but there's actually a lot going on. Your brain takes an idea. It encodes that idea into language. You then encode that language into sounds, gestures, signs, text, etc., which gets transmitted to your audience. They decode those sounds, gestures, signs, text, etc. into language, and further decodes that language into ideas. And there is a whole lot of space for things to get lost in between. Sometimes the language that you first choose doesn't accurately represent your intentions, or it doesn't capture the nuance of your thoughts. Sometimes a word you use has a particular meaning or resonance from the audience that is different from what it has for you. So what they hear is not what you meant to say. Sometimes you forget to include important context, or you include irrelevant details that distract and confuse the audience. Advanced planning helps you avoid these scenarios by giving you a chance to reflect on how to convey your meaning clearly and accurately. It enhances genuine, authentic communication rather than detracting from it. It also gives you a chance to, wait for it, practice. Pacing, timing, and body language all enhance your audience's experience of your talk. Eye contact allows you to build connection with them. And audience interaction allows you to go deeper on the ideas that you're sharing. And all of these things are easier when you have practiced. By the way, just in terms of your own practical self-interest, unless it's an improv show, showing up unprepared to speak is a good way to never get invited back as a speaker. Event organizers know that your performance reflects on them. And the less prepared you are, the greater risk there is that your performance will go poorly and reflect poorly on them. Nobody wants that. Winging it is almost guaranteed to cause your performance to suffer. This isn't The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. By the way, don't even get me started on Mrs. Maisel. Stand-up comedy does not work like that. This isn't The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and most of us are not as charming off the cuff as we think we are. I have seen genuine panic in the eyes of event organizers when speakers have gotten up and said, I'm just gonna wing it. Those speakers will not be invited back, and they've lost that platform to promote themselves. Now let me be clear, none of what I have said here is to suggest that you should script everything you say down to the last semicolon. In fact, you should not do that. And if you're struggling with perfectionism, using your notes as a security blanket rather than being able to speak more freely, then you should come talk to me, because I can help you with that pattern. What you do want to do is a bit of advanced reflection. Think about what you want to say and how this particular audience is likely to receive it. Plan and practice until you're confident that you can express yourself in a way that feels authentic and natural, but also provides the level of polish that's expected in the circumstances. Bottom line, leave the TV tropes in TV land. Real-world authenticity calls for adapting to real-world reality. Your audience will thank you for it, truly.